and move along to Mr. Bill Banner of Banner Modelworks for his build along of his On30 Caboose. So Bill, welcome.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to do here, we're going to build this caboose. Hope everybody can hear me okay.
Yep. Yes, sir.
This is the kit box, and essentially what we've got in front of me is 5 bags that come in the kit. Fairly simple. There's some parts in here for the steps and bending the grab irons, some other trim parts. There's some steps here and some wire, chimney. This is the roof with some roof covering, the siding, and end beams, and the inner, what I always call in the kits is the inner box. It's the inner structure of the kit. We're going to build that tonight. So, I'm going to do this live. Wish me luck. I'm going to start with is trimming the parts off the carrier seats. And there's 2 ways I go about doing it. Single edge razor blade to cut the tabs, or one of these chisel blades. And it seems to work pretty well. Just go in and start trimming the part with my hand in the way, of course. Try the other way. I'm left-handed, so doing it right-handed is going to be tough. But I'll press through. If you got any questions as I go, feel free to ask, because I probably won't talk too much.
Now, Bill, this goes on a Bachmann flat car, right?
You're correct. Let me just, this is a Bachmann On30 18-foot flat car.
Okay.
The way we're talking about it, I'll mention too that there's a little bit of modification you need to do to these cars. It comes with stake pockets, and trim those off. And I simply take a pair of side cutters and go in and put that off. Take an emery board and sand it down smooth with the edge of the car. The other modification, once you've taken all 8 of them off, is to remove the ratchet and pawl for the brake. That's all you have to do with the flat car. It essentially will fit right inside the box once you get it built. So we'll do that as soon as we get these parts together.
Now, Bill, that flat car is already built, right? I mean, it's just out of the box, and you take the you do the modifications, and that's all you need to do.
That's correct. Ready to roll. Okay, so we'll take a 4-piece and fit the tabs in just like that. And I'm going to sort of follow the instructions somewhat. Might deviate a little bit here and there, but we'll see. I'll fit the tabs together. And then what I'll do with the 3 sides, or the 2 sides in the floor, take a piece of painter's tape and get it on there and hold it together. We're just dry fitting to start with. I built several of these, honestly. Once you got it together, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. To the inside, at least getting the glue to start to set. And I'm going to smooth some of that glue out here. Get a piece of scrap. Okay. Take the other side. And do use your third hand whenever you can. But sometimes two just aren't enough. We'll get the back wall and a piece of tape. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Once you get that fourth wall in, then everything seems to hold together better. All the tabs and slots do fit really nicely. Right? Let's get one more glue in here. One more piece. And I always add my glue once the part has been tested in place, and I just run a glue fillet along the insides rather than trying to get glue on each part before I stick it together. Okay. Add a little painter's tape. Helps keep it together. Let's go. And the next part was going to be the roof ribs. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add the glue to the inside to where these ribs go and just fit them in place. See if we can make the right hand work as well as the left. Right, there we go. Now we'll just refer to the instructions because I forgot the next step here. Right. So now I'm going to take that tape off. And this gets 2 pieces of roof rib in this spot here.
Bill, what kind of glue do you use?
Thought you might ask.
Aha.
Is that showing up right on screen or is it backwards?
No, it's right.
Okay, shows backwards on mine. Anyways, that's what,
It's big enough.
it does come in smaller containers.
Is that the carpenter's glue or is it the white glue?
Uh,
Carpenter's glue is yellow.
it's the yellow glue.
Okay. A lot of guys like that stuff.
Yeah.
Dries
Is
faster.
that their smallest bottle?
Yeah. That says that was 5 gallons. It comes in quarts.
That dispenser you're using, you have to clean that often? Does it get clogged or?
It does get clogged.
If I'm not mistaken, that tip comes off and you can clean it out.
Not on these.
Oh, shucks. You're kidding.
I usually keep a piece of wire stuck in the end.
Okay.
As long as you're using these, fairly frequently, they don't dry up on the end. But this one hasn't been used probably a month or so, and it's definitely clogged up. So it's, I usually pick it up because I'm in a hurry. I got to do something, and nothing comes out.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
always have a few of these on hand and just go to a new one when I need to. I just get them off eBay. They're relatively inexpensive.
That's neat. I've never seen one before. I like that a lot.
I use a push pin. It tends to force, you got to force it in. It
Uh-huh.
tends to last longer.
Right.
Doesn't dry up as quickly.
I think since I'm using brass wire, the brass wire affects the glue and dry quicker. At least that's my excuse.
And you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. And that's it.
That's why he's using glue.
As far as we're going to go, you can test it on your car. It's relatively tight fit, snug fit.
That's great.
Now, how do you keep it on the bottom? How do you keep it on the flat card? You glue it or?
Once it gets to this point, I super glue it to the flat car.
Okay. Fantastic.
And there you go.
Anybody have any questions tonight for Bill?
Those slots that you have, do you usually fill them with wood dough or do you put something else on it?
Which you mean along the sides here?
Yes.
It gets covered up by the siding.
Oh, never thought of that.
Years and years ago, I started designing the kits with what I call the interior box. It seems to give the models, makes them a bit stronger. But if you have models that have different sidings on it, like a Depot has some wainscoting on the bottom, clapboard on the top. If you have an interior structure to apply that to, it just makes for a much cleaner installation. And
Yes.
everything I do now has this interior bit to make it better, I guess. I don't know.
I think it also helps for your interior if you want to do the interior with like it looks smooth walls.
So
You'd want to do your interior before you put those rafters across the top too, wouldn't you?
you would, yes. Yep. In fact, when we go to do the roof has its own roof supports and they will fit around everything in there. So
Oh yeah.
we've all, I've always gone for keeping the roof removable so that at some point you can put interior in if that's what you want to do.
Mhm. Thank you. Great.
What about lighting, Bill? Do people put lighting in it?
I guess you could. I don't necessarily provide for that because there's so many different lighting
Yeah.
ideas and techniques for doing it that you know, it's just all different. Lifelike has their little system for doing lighting. You know, everybody's got their own technique to do that. So it's difficult to go through and say, right, put your lighting in just like this. I guess what I'm saying is I don't generally include that as part of the kit.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions?
Looks great.
Thank you.
Well, Bill, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you next week.
We'll be here.
Thank you.